All right, everybody, what is going on? It is Bull Duck Gaming. The boys are back. Andrew, Brian, we're here to talk some fucking video games. Hope you guys are doing well. A little bit of housekeeping before we get into all the gaming news for the week. Of course, give us a follow on Twitch, give us a follow on Twitter, and we now have Instagram too. So Bull Duck Gaming on Instagram. Posting on that daily, posting on Twitter all the time, and of course Twitch, you can catch us always playing a shit ton of video games.
Yeah, we're taking a little break.
Yeah, we've been off here and there. We got a lot of plates spinning right now.
Yeah,
that we're
a lot
kind
of life stuff going on.
Exactly. So, we're trying to get back in it. Most of the time right now, we are getting very into GTA roleplay servers.
Which we'll talk about in a little bit.
Yeah, we're going to get to that. So, of course, if you're interested in that, or backup plans, because sometimes we're not able to stream that. I've been doing a bit of Rocket League. I know we do a lot of Division.
I'll be doing Cuphead in a few days.
Days Gone's around the corner, and I'm probably going to do a full stream for that.
That Switch Cuphead, baby.
Hell yeah. So you could always find us over at the Twitch, Bull Duck Gaming. Be sure to throw us a follow and a subscribe. And of course, if you are playing the Division, the Bull Duck clan is active right now. Bull Duck Gaming, come join us. Come play Division with the boys.
Is that all one word?
I think gaming's a space. Yeah, Bull Duck's one word.
I wasn't sure if they had spaces or not in general.
Yeah, so come join us over there. The more people in a clan, the better. We'll get those weekly caches and help each other out. And of course, you can play with us anytime. So come through if you're playing the Division 2 and join the clan. Now, Brian, let's get into a little bit of what we've been playing. Where would you like to start?
We could probably start with the Division, because I think that one would be a quicker one.
Yeah.
I think we talked about it on our last episode.
It's been a very continuous talk. It's one of our main games for the past month.
Yeah, I kind of can't believe that it's a $60 game and that all the DLC is free, because it just feels like there's so much to do and it's not boring. Like they've somehow perfectly crafted the game to where it's like, all right, hey, here's your story. You're gonna go through the story, and then there's the end game, which is always just kind of like just the usual grind of grinding gear and playing missions again and doing side missions. But it's not boring, and no. I think it's not boring because they allow you to share loot.
Exactly.
Because in games, in all these looter shooters, in case you're unfamiliar, usually it's story, campaign, then just grind gear. And a lot of it can be a slog, just take it forever. Yeah,
like a lack of content to grind said gear.
Yeah.
Besides the things you've already done.
But I think they did this one so perfectly because the missions are fun, and they take a while to do the missions. Unlike, I remember in Destiny, you can honestly crush through missions.
Yeah. These ones take a good 15-20 minutes to do, even when we are crushing through it.
And if Andrew has a higher piece of gear that I need, he gives it to me, and then I'm stronger.
I think it's also something that goes to the point of the invaded missions kind of help with that, where there's different. It's the same mission different ways a few times.
Yeah,
and it adds to the replayability of it. The grind when you get to the light cap or the power gap, I'll always call it light because I'm used to Destiny.
Gear score, honestly.
Yeah, of course, because it makes sense. The gear score cap is 500 or 508 right now with upgraded gear. But once you really hit that 500, the grind becomes getting those gear. A lot of drops will be 490 to 499, and very rarely you'll actually get that 500 piece of gear. So it's a lot of grinding for that. But there's so many ways to do it. You could do the weekly and daily missions. You can do the weekly projects. You can head into the dark zone. You can go into PvP and start doing it. Every night there's not been a night we've been on that game that we're we have nothing to do.
Yeah.
And we've been playing very consistently for a month.
Yeah, I mean, for me, this is unheard of in any game that's not just something that you play constantly, like Fortnite or something. I almost have 3 days worth of accumulated time in that game, and I haven't done that in any game in a long time.
And it's been a month.
Yeah.
We've been going hard in that game, and we still have so much to do. And I think that speaks well to like I said, this feels like the best launch of a live service game I've ever played.
Oh, it's undoubtedly that.
It's all there.
A big thing that they nailed was fast travel system. Sure, it takes maybe 20, 30 seconds, maybe even longer sometimes, depending on your connection. But it's not say in Destiny, how every time you need to go somewhere to do anything, it's watch my ship fly to the tower. All right, watch my ship fly back.
Yes.
Or even sometimes you accidentally go to space instead of directly your mission. Then you go to space, and then your mission. It's just I've been watching this ship fly for 5 minutes.
My one gripe is that I feel there's weird workarounds right now with fast travel where if we're all doing a control point and we all die, we have to be like, okay, Tom, you'll be the guy to not respawn so it doesn't go away, and we're all going to spawn at the safe house, and then when we spawn there, we're going to fast travel back to you, and then we'll pick you up so we don't lose the mission. It's like, that doesn't feel natural to me. That's my one gripe with the fast travel. It's like, if I die, just let me spawn on my friend. If my friend is still alive, there's no reason I shouldn't be able to spawn on him.
Oh yeah, I thought you were saying to stay dead to keep the mission going. It's
Well, it's a little bit of both. It's like, to stay. I understand if we leave the area, the mission might go away, but when I die, I should be able to spawn on my friend if he's alive.
Because
so we don't
you can fast travel. Then.
Yes, exactly.
Even if you make it that it's like, hey, this is I'll have like 5-second delay if you spawn on your friend.
Yeah.
Just so I don't have to touch. Just so I don't have to do the loading twice.
It feels unnatural and it takes you out of the immersion when it's like, fast travel to the safe house. Now I got to fast travel back. You're like,
it's like it just feels like an extra step.
Yeah, I find that very obnoxious.
And also, the gunplay in the game has yet to get boring for me.
Yeah, no, I keep finding guns that I'm like comparing stats, and I'm trying to, like with my sniper, I'm always trying to find that marksman rifle that has like the next best power or the next best ability
best
for me.
Snipers are those ones that take you out of the scope every shot. They're so strong.
Yeah. You like, I don't like the semi-auto ones compared to like the 50 caliber or something like that.
Well, they make you sloppy because you know you can shoot them fast.
Exactly.
And I don't have the timing down of
I'd rather
how long I'm supposed to wait.
I'd rather do one headshot for like 300,000 damage than like 4 in a row for like 50,000. You know what I mean?
And for those, honestly, I always just try to like for the attachments. Since it's a single shot, I honestly don't think accuracy and stability matter that much.
Yeah, you go for like critical damage.
Yeah, just go for the critical boosts because, like, when I first used that specialization sniper, it was doing like 300k.
Yeah.
But I've hit over 300k on critical hits.
Oh yeah, and you know you start trying to piece together all the different perks of gear and weapons that you get to kind of make a custom build that's like set for your character. Like almost no two characters have the same exact build. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like I'm trying to stack on about 5 pieces of my gear. I have the 15% damage to elites. So that does insane stackable damage. Like I'll do like a headshot for like 500,000 with a sniper.
I
insane.
still actually haven't even put mods on my gear yet.
Yeah.
I keep switching it out.
Yeah, I do that too, but
I'm hoping that they change the gear mods because, like, unlike the guns, they don't stay. And like, if I don't want to have to keep going into each piece of gear and like remove all the mods and see which ones I was using.
Yeah, exactly. And I do find the inventory a little like overwhelming sometimes.
Yeah.
As far as like, well, what mods do I have? What skills do I have? Do I have enough skill power to run this mod? Like it's a lot, but also it's very deep, and I appreciate it.
Yeah, it's
you know
very
what I mean?
good, very good.
And then of course raids are around the corner. So right now we're really we're in the grind for raids.
We're in the grind for apparel caches.
Dude,
actually,
that weekend's gonna be chaos. It's like the Destiny raid. I'm pretty sure the Division raid comes out the same time as like a Endgame comes out for Avengers. At the same time that like Days Gone comes out. That weekend's gonna be chaos, and I'm here for it.
Fuck Endgame. Detective Pikachu's right around the corner.
Hell yeah. Do you see opening weekend, if you go, they have the trading cards?
Yeah.
Like in the original movie?
I mean, actually, it comes out on my birthday. Yeah. I kind of want to go.
Fuck yeah, let's do it. Detective Pikachu and then a bar. Fucked up for Brian's birthday. So alright, so that's pretty much our Division talk. I mean, it's going to be a staple on the show continuing forward as we continue to play that game so much. It is right now my game of the year, without a doubt. But I guess now we could go into a little bit of the GTA roleplay servers that we've been doing.
Yeah, you want to give them an in-depth explanation of what GTA RP is?
Well, basically, it's been this craze for the past month on Twitch, and we all started looking into it as heavy GTA Online players. We were like...
It's been a thing for more than a month, just saying. It just got popular.
Just on Twitch, yeah. But like the servers themselves have been popular for a long time. And we decided to jump in there. The client is called 5M. That's the mod everybody uses for NoPixel and everything else like that. And what it is basically is like, it's basically a video game version of like a LARP using GTA. Is the best way to describe it.
Basically.
Yeah, where it's like, you know, you go into this game, you have to actually get a license to drive. You go to the school and there's like a written and driven exam. You have to go get a job, as far as whether you're like a grocery man or like a garbage man, a tailor.
Gotta make an honest buck, basically.
Yeah. There are real cops, real EMS. Those jobs are what they're called whitelisted, where you have to apply. A lot of them are admins and staff So, like, if you're driving on the wrong side of the road, if you crash into, like, a light pole or run someone over in GTA, like, cop sees that, you're getting pulled over, you're going to get ticketed, they're going to bring you to jail, they're going to question you, and you kind of roleplay with it, and that's the fun of it, is, like, you create these scenarios. And I think that it's perfect for Twitch. And I think that's why it's really done well.
Yeah.
Because it feels like I personally like watching a lot of the cop streams because I feel like there's almost constant action happening.
Yeah.
And it really feels like I'm watching an episode of Cops, but it's all played out and it's all acted. And you get a lot of different personalities. And, like, there's something so cool about it. We're very new to it. We're still kind of...
character development with our guys.
Yeah, we have characters we've spent a little time developing, and we've kind of gotten our feet a little dirty, a little buried in the sand there, and it makes us ready to kind of stream it. We wanted to kind of be set with it before we started streaming and kind of understand it a little more. So, yeah, I mean, as far as what we've done, like, we've mostly worked, like, the butcher job.
Yeah, like, we both got our car and truck license, so we got those CDLs.
Yeah, we're doing very well for ourselves.
And I personally have no money because I lost we have to put, when you go to do your job, you get a truck. We have to put $2,000 down on the truck as a deposit.
Yeah.
So you don't break it. Mm-hmm. But my game crashed and I lost the truck.
We had a horrible scenario where we were both in my truck going to do our jobs, and being very new to this, we did not pay attention to the gas meter. So we're on the highway, and all of a sudden the truck starts stalling out, and we're like, ah, shit, we really got to get gas for this truck. So we're trying to drive a truck that's stalling out down the road, but Brian was, like, pushing the truck at a point.
Yeah, I was hitting it with the car.
Yeah, there was like a line of like a mile back behind us of, like, cars backed up because we were trying to get our truck off the road. Mm-hmm. Thank God no cops were online. They would have been like, the fuck is wrong with you idiots? And we finally get our truck to the gas station. I'm trying to pull it into the stall so we can get gas, and the thing is getting, like, starting to buck even more. It starts reversing. The thing backs up into a car that was parked there, and the truck just dies. Literally, like, a foot away from the gas pump. I was furious.
See, what I'm curious about is two things. Wonder if different cars get different mileage, like miles per gallon, because the truck seems to lose gas super quick.
Yeah.
And then the second,
I think they definitely do.
And then I think my second question is, what asshole at our job left the goddamn truck empty?
Yeah, because, like, we spawned the truck and we didn't even make it, like, halfway there, and the truck just started dying. Like, what the fuck?
We should have went to the gas station behind us that was downhill. It was a little further though.
Yeah. Because once we hit that downhill, it would have been really good. We had a lot of uphill in that.
Yeah, that's why I didn't make it.
Yeah, but yeah, we're definitely going to be streaming this a lot more. We're trying to get, like, they have, like, server priorities, but they're not open right now, so we're trying to apply for that.
Yeah, because basically the server that we found, because every server is different, every server needs its own devs, because they put in, like, inventory systems and car UI and all bunch of different, like, menus and stuff to, like, do emotes. You can't just, like, download one thing and you're good to go. Everyone's server's different. The one we found is pretty good, but it's not super popular. Like, I was waiting. I tried to play before this, and as soon as we were starting this podcast, I actually got in, so I had to quit out. But I waited on, like, an 18-person queue. It probably took, like, 90 minutes. And that's a Sunday afternoon. We tried to play on, like a weekday night. It's pretty busy.
Yeah. I will say, though, 19 seems to be the most I've ever heard of.
Yeah, but it also went really quick.
Yeah. But that's what happens. People leave in groups or this and that.
So for us to stream it, it's hard to, like, plan to stream it. Because, like, you have to wait for the queue sometimes.
I was having a few problems with the game this week because I believe they did a server update, and I had to, like, whole PC garbage. I had to, like, erase my cache and a bunch of stuff. So there was, like, 2 nights in a row where, like, I wanted to stream, waited, like, the whole, like, 10, 11 person queue for, like, an hour and a half. Mm-hmm. And then when I finally got in, I got, like, down the road and my game crashed. Oof. Yeah, and I was like, I'm not doing that again. This sucks. Like, I'll just stream tomorrow. But I think it's finally settled now, and I think we'll be able to get in there tonight and this week.
Yeah, I'm hoping to play it as soon as we finish this podcast.
Yeah, that'll be nice.
Gotta try to meet with a real estate agent, find out prices on homes.
Yeah, I want to start looking at homes.
Yeah, just for more, like he said, all the NPC characters are now actual players. Like, the cops are people, and if you get her on the street, you can't just respawn. You have to either, like, wait 15 minutes, and then that counts as you, like, I guess
or you have to call, like, EMS.
You get, like, knocked out, I guess, and you're supposed to, like, pretend you don't know what happened. Or you wait for an EMS to get there to revive you. If you need a taxi, that's a player. If you need to buy a home, that there's a player right there. Got to go to the gun store and actually pay for a license.
You have to eat and drink. You have to keep up on that, or your guy will pass out.
Yeah, I think if you somehow acquire a gun, like I think if I buy a gun and I hand it to Andrew and he doesn't have a gun license, and a cop sees that, he'll get arrested.
Oh yeah,
it's literally just like a simulation.
Mm-hmm.
As if GTA wasn't already enough.
Yeah, exactly. But like, this is something I wish GTA themselves would lean into, because this is playing a lot on both sides of the coin. This is way more fun than the product GTA puts out of like grinding money nonstop.
Like you grind money online for not really any particular reason.
Yeah.
Because, like, I never really cared for, like, the races or the death matches in GTA.
Yeah.
Like, some wacky races, sure. But it seems like the goal for GTA Online was, like, hey, do all this arbitrary bullshit to buy a better car to do more arbitrary bullshit.
Yep. That was always the cycle they had.
Because, like, ever since 5 came out, like, in 4 you could just fuck around because, like, cars and guns were on... Cars and guns were on the map.
Cars and guns.
You could have a fucking blast just fucking around, but in this game, you can't really just fuck around. Because you can to an extent, and then when you run out of money, and all your cars are broken because you don't have any money, and your mechanic isn't paid for, and all that shit, then it's like, oh shit, now I have to go grind fucking boring races.
I've had that struggle in GTA a few times.
Yeah, they turn off your power, man.
But I much prefer having a struggle in this game when I'm an actual bum on the streets.
Yeah.
It's great.
I wonder if we can share a home. We can be roommates.
Yeah, right?
Roommates.
We like split the cost of the home. I wonder if that's possible. We'll find out.
If there's keys to apartments, that'll probably be a thing.
Yeah, it'll be interesting.
I know the NoPixel servers, you can give out multiple keys to like a property.
Oh, really?
So
see, I was afraid to like buy a car first because I was wondering like if I don't have a property, what do I do with my car? But I believe there are public garages.
Yes.
Which like is where I get my car, which is very nice.
It was actually funny. I mostly watch NoPixel. That's like the big streamer one. It's funny. I watched someone pull their car out of the garage, and I guess their car had previous damage. But, like, when you pull it out of the garage, it doesn't seem to, like, load that instantly. So it loads the car, and then all of a sudden, like, pieces just fucking fly off the car. Like, the window just burst out, and the door just fly off. It's like, ah!
There's my car that I know. Now, a game I wanted to talk a little bit about, just real quickly, because, like I was saying, I could not get into the roleplay server one night this week. I was like, well, I still want to stream, but I can't get into this right now. Like, what game do I want to play on my PC? Jumped into Rocket League. And I just wanted to like.
Never heard of that one.
It's an old game from back in my day. But like I just wanted to give a shout out to like, man, that game still fucking has it. Like I don't care. Like I know it's an old game. We don't really like sometimes talk about like a lot of older games like that. But like that game still has a pretty giant player base.
Oh, definitely.
And like what they do so well. In the way that like I started unlocking crates and I was like, oh man, I really want to open these.
Honestly, I bet that they're really hyped for the next gen console so they can start selling the game again.
Yeah.
Because like who's buying it anymore?
It was actually hilarious because I don't know if you know, there's a whole market on PC as far as like buying like custom like appearance like pieces and shit.
Oh, like trading people and then just doing like a Venmo
like there'll be like websites that like you can go on like player auctions and people will post cosmetics they have and like how many keys they're asking for them, and like keys are like a currency that's like traded online. And then, like, on top of that, like, I've gone on player auctions and, like, bought crates before. And, like, a guy that works for player auctions, like, adds you. He fucking goes into a trade with you, like, puts all the boxes in there, and then you buy them, and then you got to get keys for them. And I forgot I did this a while ago, and I stopped playing, so I went into Rocket League, and I had, like, 20 crates waiting for me. I was like, oh, baby, here we go.
Hell yeah.
It was great, but, man, like, I'm really, like... Once you start playing a few games and you really get that flow going, it's just like, fuck, man. I love this game.
Dude, I was honestly said they never added, like, races to Rocket League.
Yeah, well, like, on PC, there's a whole workshop. So, like, you can do a whole bunch of... There's, like, custom game modes and shit that are really fun. I didn't play it, but I saw one on there that was, like, wiffle ball. I was like, I bet that's fun. Like, but I'm never going to play it.
See, like, first of all, I think it was weird how, like... Yeah, they put out their cosmetic packs, but, like, I would imagine they'd have a lot more. Like, yeah, they have a bunch, but, like... At this point, I imagine they have like a fucking catalog of things you can buy.
Yeah, they do.
Like, are they gonna
like every like they continue to put out different types of crates all the time.
Because like,
and, like they all still drop.
I guess the keys is how they make money. I can also see on Xbox 2 and PS5 them being like, hey, like maybe.
Well, don't forget they have the Rocket Pass now too.
Yeah.
So they make a lot of money on that.
See, I feel like they could do a thing like I don't know if you remember when the next gens came out, Minecraft was like, oh yeah, if you have the Xbox 360 version, all you gotta do is drop $5 on getting the new version.
Yeah.
Instead of paying like the 20 or 30 again. Like I could see that happening, or if it's just backwards compatible.
And I think they do have that diehard audience. Like I know it's in that category where Overwatch is, where it's like at one point this game was so fucking big, and at this point you're like, oh, I don't hear much about that game anymore, but like. They're still out here killing it. Mm-hmm. Like they have, I went on, and of course they have, like I said, the crates, and they still have the battle passes. And on top of that, like they just dropped like the MLB line of like you can get all those flags for like MLB teams and stuff like they did for NBA. I'm like, these are really cool, but like, can you do NHL yet? Like you've done basketball and baseball, and I'm like a football hockey guy. Like I'd really like to rep that.
Nah, man, rock the kind of funny flag.
I do. Yeah, I absolutely do.
I love how they finally added it.
Yeah, because they're like kind of funny. It's like, hey, we're morons, and we didn't realize how big this game would be, so we put a Team Fat flag in there instead of our company logo. You fucking idiots. But
I feel like any gaming company of their size could probably get as many flags they want in the game.
Yeah, well, they're also very close with Dunham. He used to work at IGN. But
Jeff Dunham, that's a good comedian.
Yeah, he's mad good.
He's into gaming now.
Yeah. But I don't know, like just playing it again and really like getting in there. I'm like, man, I really might do this next battle pass for them, the next Rocket Pass. And like on top of that, they have the crossplay now. Like I could play with you guys on PC, which is probably preferred because I have I love my car more on PC than I ever did on PS4.
You can't
just wish I could trade my Beta Nugget.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
Yeah.
Oh, dude, if I could trade my Beta Nugget at this point, I'd probably try to sell it to someone.
Oh yeah, you make fuck money on that.
But would I only be able to be paid in keys though?
Probably.
This is go on eBay and be like, anyone want a PS4 Beta Nugget?
Trade it to you for real money.
$100.
And then one more game I just really wanted to bring up real quickly. I know you watched me play a little bit on the way to the Kinda Funny meetup.
When it goes on sale, I'm going to buy this.
Yeah, West of Loathing. It is it's a stick figure RPG.
It looks like a JRPG. It looks like a Newgrounds game.
Exactly. Like it looks like a Flash game, but like it's so good as far as just being like a comedic, like fun JRPG. Like, I'm not done with it, so I can't even tell you how much. I assume it's like 10 to 15 hours.
Is it actually a JRPG? Like, is it made in Japan?
Well, no, I mean JRPGs in terms of like the turn-based fighting and like all those mechanics. Right. That's kind of what a JRPG like is. So like in that terms, it's very good, and like just the way it like portrays itself, and it's very self-aware and just it's funny. Like it's like $11 on the Nintendo store. Like, help yourself. Pick that up. Like I recommend it. It's very fun. If you're looking for like a nice like trip game, like a flight or a car ride or something like that, it's very good for that.
Yeah, it looks fun.
Yep. Just wanted to give it a quick shout out before we wrapped up the what's we've been playing. Anything else you wanted to mention?
Well, I finally started Dead Rising 4.
Oh, that's right.
I only did like the first 2 chapters, and so far it's fun. I don't know how it ends, obviously, because I'm only 2 chapters in, and I don't know I don't get most of the complaints. I think people are just.
Well, you've also had like 2 years to kind of sit on the game, knowing the complaints that have been out there.
Yeah,
this isn't like a brand new game you paid $60 for and expected like a giant Dead Rising.
Yeah, like
you went in knowing what it was now.
See,
when a lot of people couldn't do that, they had to pay full price and
the only
were expecting a AAA game.
The only thing I have a problem with right now is you can no longer like chuck melee weapons. You have like left D-pad is like throwables, which is a specific type of item. Down is like your melees, and right is like your ranged. Which, to switch weapons, way easier. Like super easy. You can kind of carry more shit that way.
Also, isn't there no co-op online anymore?
Yeah, I think that was a big thing because like after 2 they added co-op, and like in 4 there is like a multiplayer mode,
but it's not co-op.
Yeah, it's something like different. I just want to fuck around in the mall.
I feel like people spent $60 expecting this AAA game, and you come to know what a Dead Rising is by the 4th one, and there's no online co-op. The timer aspect of it is gone. Like you said, you can't do a lot of things like throw melees like you used to be able to do. And, like, it's just, like, to me, on top of all that was, like, oh, and they're no psychopaths. They call them, like... Maniacs, and they're not the same thing. Like, they're not really challenging, and they're kind of just whatever.
I did, too. One was, like, sadistic clause.
Yeah.
And then one was, like...
So lame.
That the people in, like, the medieval, like, food court, and, like, they were in armor, and it was, like, the brutal-looking girl. Which, like, that one was pretty cool, but, like, there was a presentation to the psychopath.
Yeah, exactly.
There would always be like a cutscene, and it would be like,
and it was always dark, like really fucking
very
dark.
This one just like they definitely lean more into the comedy in this game. Which is,
and a lot of people didn't like that
because of the because the third game was just very dark and not comedic at all.
Yeah.
They just went too far into the comedy.
With those type of games, the joy is in the balance of the comedy with the dark.
Mm-hmm.
And then it's like with 3, they went too far into one that they tried to answer it by then going too far into the other. And it's like, no, you need this balance. Like, there has to be both.
And I know that 5 got canceled when Capcom Vancouver closed down.
Yeah.
But I'm sure the game's gonna be back.
I would hope so.
Because like that game launched the 360 basically.
Yeah.
Like that franchise will come back, especially with the role Capcom's been on basically since that game. Like
What could that also affect it of if they're doing well and they're making a lot of money? Do they be like, do we want to go back to this franchise that we kind of got burned on?
They probably will, because like it's not like, I don't know, it's like not like people were like I guess people were screaming for Mega Man, but like I don't know, they seem to just have hit after hit now. Like if they put the time, if their main studio works on Dead Rising rather than one of their side studios,
yeah, it could work.
Just do Chuck again.
I just feel like I said, it could go to the other side of the pendulum of it's like, if they were hurting for money, maybe they'd want to put out more of a fan favorite game and kind of give it that next chance. But it's like, because they're doing so well, it might be like, oh, well, we can keep going on Monster Hunter and Devil May Cry and Resident Evil.
Oh, well, I don't think that we're seeing it like this year or anything.
Yeah.
Like, what was that game? 2016 game? Maybe like 2021, 22? See something?
Yeah, I could see that.
Because, I mean, at a point, they're going to run out of IP. Like, they're not going to put out a Monster Hunter every single year. Or
It'll definitely be the next console.
Yeah.
For sure.
Hey, man, make it a launch title for the Xbox 2 again. Well, actually, I think they need to drop being exclusive to any platforms.
Yeah.
That's starting to hurt. When third parties go exclusive to a platform, and honestly,
it's hurting everybody.
Yeah.
We're starting to learn about, like, just put your shit on everything. Everyone should learn from Tomb Raider.
Yep. The second Tomb Raider game got fucked up because of that.
The first one was great. It's fucked up the second one, and then nobody cared about the third one.
Yep.
They also put it out the same day as Spider-Man.
That was a joke.
Yeah. That was a big fucking joke. Alright, so let's get into a bit of news. Oh, I like it this week. Very subtle. First up on the docket, we have EA and Respawn finally announced Star Wars Jedi Fallen Order.
It looks sexy.
It takes place after Order 66. You play as a surviving Padawan on the run named Cal. It is described as a melee action game using force powers and lightsabers. And there's been rumblings of what's been saying a Dark Souls comparison aspect to it.
No, that'd be fucking crazy.
Well, the thing is like, I think they mean that in terms of like the fighting style itself of like dodging and parrying. I don't think the difficulty of a Dark Souls game. So like that's going to be a comparison you're going to keep hearing about, whether people are for it or against it. However, to me, I'm cautiously interested in this game. Of course, it's an EA game and you want to be cautious. However, Respawn has done very well with Apex.
And
they're coming off Titanfall.
2 is dope too.
Yeah, so like their studio, I tend to trust, and I am very excited for this. And it is fun to finally have like a single-player Star Wars game coming.
It's not the Frostbite engine? It's not that, right?
I assume it is because EA makes everybody use the Frostbite engine, so it probably is.
Could be problematic.
Now, one thing that kind of bothers me, and I don't know if you feel the same way, is like, I understand it from a point of EA getting out in front of it and coming out at this conference and being like, this game will have no microtransactions, no loot boxes, no season pass, but at the same time is like, is that something that we should cheer for as a plus, or should that be expected at this point?
Well, I actually have this photo already pulled up because I was going to mention it. If you see this person's tweets right after it, it says the same, it's the EA Star Wars Twitter again saying, trust no one. So, you're telling me no microtransactions, but you're also telling me not to trust anyone. So,
will there be?
Which statement do I believe?
But like I said, like I get it because they're getting in front of it of being like, hey, we know we've burned you guys. We know Battlefront 2 kind of rubbed everyone the wrong way, and we just want to get out in front of this and say we're not going to do any of that this time.
Well, they're stupid.
But at the same time, it's like, it's almost what they like. People shit on video games for, where it's like you take out a big feature and then people cause a stink about it, so you could bring it back next year as like this great thing. Like, oh, we're bringing this back. And it's kind of the same. Now it's kind of this, or it's like now for the next like 5 years, we're gonna hear EA trying to act like they're the good guys, being like, we're not gonna do any microtransactions. Isn't that cool, guys? But it's like, no, that should be expected.
No, that's not
Learn
even
the right way to do it.
That's not even the thing. It's like microtransactions can be fun.
Do it the right way.
Do cosmetics like, oh yo, he's got a blue saber. You can buy like You can buy like other cosmetic sabers, like you can get Yoda's saber or Darth Vader's saber just for fun.
Which is what should have been happening in Battlefront. That's all I'm saying.
But yeah, like also no season pass. That's dumb. Are we just like, nope. DLC's fun.
That means all DLC will be free. That's what that means. You're not gonna buy.
I guess that's fine, but like things like microtransactions can be fun. I mean, if you're making a good fucking lightsaber battle system, me hearing no multiplayer is a bad thing. Like, imagine you just, like, 1v1, like, dope, like, Dark-Styles-esque, like, lightsaber battle.
Yes and no, because I'll be honest, Battlefront's going to be back. They're going to do a Battlefront 3. But, and I think, as people who want multiple multiplayer Star Wars, while there's been a rough road, those options are there for us.
Mm-hmm.
Whereas if you want a single-player Star Wars, those options have not been there for them since, like, The Force Unleashed.
Yeah.
So, like, you can finally have that. But, I don't know, to me it just sounds... Oh, excuse me. It just sounds like they're doing, like, these...
They're still doing damage control.
They're doing, like, these damage control, like, goodwill blanket statements of, like, guys, look, we're not going to make you pay extra money. It's like, yay, thank you. You know what I mean? It's like, I don't know about that.
Yeah, it's like...
It's fake to me. And it's just stupid, and I think a lot of people see through it, but at the same time, I understand why you need to get ahead of that statement.
Mm-hmm.
So it's a weird thing. But, I mean, I'm very excited for this game. I think, it's harder to mess up a single-player game for the problems that EA's had than it is a multiplayer game. Yeah. You know what I mean?
This is all just on them.
Yeah.
A good game.
Like, because, like, I'll be honest, besides the bullshit with the money, Battlefront 2 was fine, besides that shit.
Yeah, it was...
There were a couple questionable things.
I liked picking up the power-up to be a Jedi rather than just, like, saving up my little currency in game. It's like,
I was stressing it the whole game.
Someone's already Yoda, I guess I'll go fuck myself.
Yeah, like, I'm stressing it the whole game, trying to grind up my points and not wanting to use it on other, like, specialty classes because I want to be fucking Luke. You know what I mean? Like, that was kind of shitty, and then you die in, like, 5 seconds.
Also,
then just focus fires you down.
Those special characters were not balanced at all.
No, they was insane.
Like, I think it was way more beneficial to be the rebels, because they had the better characters.
There's a part of me that really wants to, like, see where that game's at now. Like, they put out General Grievous and shit. I'd like to see that.
I'd like to play it, but it's like, I'm not going to be able to get to that point.
Yeah, exactly, right?
Suck at fucking first-person shooters.
Like, I don't know. For fun, I might download it on my console for that one day I'm bored and I'm just like, what do I want to play today? Like, let me jump in Battlefront 2 and see what they've done to this game. Because I'm sure now it's not that bad, right? I mean, they've had like a year and a half to kind of fix this.
I just never really liked, like, honestly, really any of the DICE first-person shooters where it's just kind of like, hey, it's like 32 versus 32 and you kind of don't really have any say how the match goes.
Yeah.
It's like, I could be crushing it and, like, my team's still losing.
It's almost like a relic of this age where, like, at a point... The thing that was most impressive to us was how many people could be on a battlefield. Mm-hmm. Where, like, nowadays, in the age of Battle Royale, it's like, I'm not impressed by that. I'd rather quality gameplay.
Their shooters, like Battlefield and Battlefront, have the problem of, like, their main mode always seems to be like, oh, like, each team has this many lives. But, like, you have one shitty, like, 5-year-old kid playing who's just gonna walk out and get killed immediately. There goes your entire game.
You tank all your lives, yeah.
Like, that one's like, literally one person can ruin the game, but one person can't really save the game.
Yeah. Well, that's what I kind of like. Well, that was the other bullshit thing, was that, like, we couldn't ourselves be in, like, a legitimate fire team.
Yeah.
We would have to, like, weirdly, like, respawn with the fire team that was, like, spawning then. And it was very weird.
My favorite was in Battlefront 1 I had a lot of fun in, because we would always do, it was Dice Planet's Hoth, right?
Yeah.
Dude, I would always be that ship that tries to wrap around the bottom of the AT-ATs and try to, like, trip them.
Yeah.
I would always, like, have that ship. I would always be flying.
Yeah.
And then as soon as they would do, like, the weird stun thing to the AT-ATs, I would always try to get in there to fucking trip them, because that was the fucking power
And, like,
move.
even playing Battlefield, like, there's a fun aspect to it of being in your squad and planning your shit out as your squadron. Like, you know, we would play, like, me, John, Tom, and, we would just kind of be like, all right, we're all flanking from A. We're gonna try to go left and like do that.
Mm-hmm.
When I spawn with a group that's like just people spawning, so like one guy's a fucking like stealth trooper and like the rest of us are like schmucks. I'm like, I don't know where this guy's going. I'm going my way. He's going his way. Like, you know what I mean? It was dumb.
Yeah, it was super dumb.
They tried something, it just didn't work. But getting back to Fallen Order, I'm very excited. Cameron Monaghan, I think his name is a very good actor, and I'm very excited for him to have a video game role. It's very exciting for me as someone who watches Shameless, and even though I don't watch Gotham, I respect his work as the Joker on that.
Those were clearly like pre-rendered cutscene shots.
Yo, absolutely.
The graphics were like Detroit Become Human quality, though.
Of course.
The game,
and that's one of the things. Another thing is like I'm holding my breath because I need to see gameplay. I know it'll look good, but I haven't seen it yet, and we'll see it at E3, I'm sure. But
oh yeah, it's coming
out like EA Play.
It's coming out November 15th. We're gonna absolutely see it at E3.
Yeah.
No, it's E3. EA Play is just them trying to be different.
Yeah. Well, that's like what they'll show it at.
You're at E3.
Everyone and no one are at E3 at the same time. So yeah, I mean, anything else you want to say about Jedi Fallen Order?
Don't fuck it up.
Yeah, like please don't. Like,
I heard that I didn't play it, but I heard the Battlefront 2 campaign was kind of.
Oh yeah, it was very whatever.
Like, this is canon. It's like, hey, you're randomly like Luke doing a horde mode.
Yeah, yeah.
And no one can forget the classic.
Finally, you get to hold a little lightsaber as Luke Skywalker, and you're gonna kill bugs. I was like, oh okay, thank
you're killing bugs?
Yeah.
Oh no.
It was like a defense where like the guy was trying to like unlock a thing for a machine, and you have to like defend him, and there's like all the bugs on the planet are trying to come at you, like the spiders.
I heard it was very short too.
Yeah, I know they added more with new content, but I didn't care enough to go back and play it.
Hey, maybe now you will.
Yeah, I mean, if I go back, I'm gonna play the multiplayer. I was kind of half asleep that whole campaign anyway. It was very whatever. All right, so the next bit of news, of course, if you missed it, Borderlands 3 was announced. Really fun trailer showing fucking a billion guns. There's guns with legs. There's sax solos. There's everything you could ever ask for in a Borderlands game, and it's coming back, and it's coming this year, so it's hype.
I think we're going to end up having a lot of fun with that game.
Oh, absolutely. However, there was a bit of drama this week as a character was shown in the trailer from the Telltale game Tales of the Borderlands.
Your boy, Reese.
And someone, when asked Troy Baker if he was reprising his role as Reese, said that he would love to, but he hasn't been reached out to, and he hasn't heard anything about it. And, basically saying, like, they haven't contacted him. Then, on the other side of the coin, Randy Pitchford comes out and says he was told that Troy Baker was reached out to and that he would not want to do it. And then it became a who's lying in this situation.
Probably Troy's publicist, or whoever, not his publicist, whoever his like manager is.
Yeah.
For that.
And for me, at first, I was thinking, okay, well, Pitchford said that, like, he had his person reach out to Troy. So I'm like, okay, there's probably the flaw right there of something was lost in communication with that guy. But then you think about it, and it's like both of them have people that are calling each other. It's not Pitchford with Baker's number, like straight up hitting him up on the cell, be like, dude, come through. It's like, but at the same time, there's a lot of pieces of that puzzle.
But at the same time, you'd think like they probably do have each other's numbers. You'd be like, oh man, Troy, why did you? I'm really sad that you're not down to do the role.
Yeah, but at the same time, it's probably one of those things about like.
It just sucks.
It's just a business thing.
They apparently said that it's not going to matter, really.
Yeah, according to what Pitchford said, he said that when you see the role he has or whatever's going on, like, it's not going to matter. Like, you'll see what we did. It's not really the same.
But that kind of makes me worried, because I'm more... The only attachment to Borderlands I have is Tales from the Borderlands. Yeah. Which I know that that's a camp of minority, but...
Hey.
I guess we'll see what's up.
Yeah. So I'm interested. I just thought it was a bit interesting.
Trying to be flat.
And I know a lot of people would automatically side with Baker because Randy Pitchford always has a bit of his own drama going on in the industry.
Leaving his flash drives out and about. Was that him?
Yeah, it was him. So a lot of people would automatically be like, "Oh, Pitchford's bullshit," and Troy Baker wanted to be in the game. But it's like, I think at the end of the day, it just came down to a miscommunication from two different companies and two different agents.
Yeah.
And Troy Baker might not have been told by his agent. The agent might have just heard it and been like, it doesn't sound like something Troy would want to do.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Not enough money.
Yeah. So, you never know. And then, another interesting thing while we're on the topic of Borderlands is just that, as you may or may not know, Borderlands 3 has been announced as an Epic Store exclusive on the PC, which has been a hot fire topic lately, and has now become the latest victim of Steam review bombs on Borderlands 2. Crybabies. I agree. I mean, don't get me wrong, it sucks having to download a new client that doesn't have a lot of functionality than the one you're using and the one you'd rather play on. However, you have to realize that for these companies, they're able to make more profit from being an Epic Store exclusive. And I understand, once again, both sides of the argument here. I get the fans not wanting to download the Epic Store that they're not 100% fans of, and that you always hear these talks about like all this Chinese spyware on there and all this crazy shit. And
I heard that was like bullshit.
Yeah, I believe it's bullshit, but like a lot of people don't listen to the sources we do that don't know that.
Here's the big thing: the Epic Store is new; it's going to get these features, and what people have to realize is things the Epic Store is doing, like Steam keeps 30%, Epic Store keeps 12.
Yeah.
Epic Store keeping only 12 is literally helping to prevent your games from going to $80.
Mm-hmm.
Like, because games are expensive and they're only getting more expensive, and we have yet to pay for that. So things like the Epic Store giving them a bigger cut is going to help delay that.
Yeah.
We can't have the $60 games forever, and that's just one person doing a thing of making it easier. It's like, and then you've played 6 months. Like, either there's tons of games that people have been bitching about not being on Steam right away. Once you download the Epic Store, make your account once, there you go. Like, it's not a huge deal to click a different icon.
Like, nobody was really complaining about it when, you'd have to go on the Epic Store to play Fortnite.
Yeah.
But now, because a bunch of their games are going there, and they're kind of like, what the fuck is bullshit?
I honestly feel like it's a huge vocal minority.
Yeah, I agree too.
Also,
most people don't care.
Also, Steam was like a legitimate monopoly on PC.
Also, watching everybody that had a PC for the last 10 years make fun of console wars, and now watching them cry like babies when they have to download a new client is pretty funny.
A free client.
It's pretty funny.
Yeah. Plus, like, you don't really care about your friends list on Steam that much. You're inviting people through Discord. That's fucking real.
You use Discord for TeamSpeak anyway.
Yeah.
Like, what's the big deal?
Oh, Epic Store doesn't have a messenger. It's like, okay. Let's also go back to 2001 and use AIM while we're at it. Yeah. It's like the thing is like reviews.
You should just have a Discord.
Reviews and better refund policies and most of the important stuff is gonna come.
Yes, and I understand being mad that that's not there right now.
Yeah, like the Epic Store was quickly made for Fortnite. Well, it wasn't quickly made for Fortnite. It was like a storefront.
It was made for their games.
Yeah, and like then they kind of, I don't know. I just think that giving 30% to the developers is going to help games in general.
I agree.
Epic, while you're at it, can you go buy Radical Heights?
Yeah,
and
make that happen.
Make another battle royale to compete with your own battle royale, please.
I miss Radical Heights so much.
Moment of silence.
I feel like what was it, like a year ago that game came out?
It was actually like yesterday, I'm pretty sure it was the year.
Yeah.
It was yesterday or the day before, I'm pretty sure.
It was the anniversary of me killing Ninja. Want to know, baby? Come through, Ninja. Think you owe me an interview on this show.
He might go sicko mode on you.
Oh god, the sun just spilled the beer all over.
Empty beer.
It's a mess. And then the last bit of news, not really news, I just wanted to throw it out there in case anyone's interested. PlayStation name changes are live now. Honestly, they've been live. I haven't been hearing as much problems as I thought I would hear. Seems like everything's going pretty well. You could change your first name for free. You could revert back for free. I think that alleviated a lot of the issues.
PS Plus members pay $5. Non-PS Plus members pay $10.
Yeah.
And just make sure to read the list of things that can go wrong before you change your name, because things can go wrong.
Would I like to change my name and not be the Bullhammer anymore? Yes. Am I going to? No, because we do a show now called Bulldog Gaming, and I am the Bullhammer. So... Not really going to change the name.
I didn't know you wanted to change it. What would you want it to change it to?
I've thought about changing it a few times. Before we did the show, obviously. I was thinking about maybe the classic, just Park 6 Core. I was thinking maybe aligning it with my gamer tag on Xbox and being Smokeahannes again. A bunch of different things. But,
Find out if it's
cool being the Bullhammer for now.
Once you buy a name, it's yours forever. I'm pretty sure you can switch them.
Is it?
I think so.
That seems like a weird thing where it's like, how many names can people just continuously have? Like if I make my name Brian and then I make my name Jim and then I make my name Tom, can someone not make their name any of those names because they're all mine forever? Maybe. That sounds weird. I think you'll always have your original and then whatever you change it to at that current moment. I think if you make it Brian and then you revert back to Stallion Duck and then you make it fucking Spider-Man, you don't have Brian anymore. You have Spider-Man and Stallion Duck. That to me sounds more reasonable.
I say try to get that Parks one. Who cares?
Yeah, maybe.
Fuck it.
We'll see. Maybe I'll do that.
But I don't know, man. You've been playing that everybody's golf. You don't want it to get fucked up.
Yeah, but at the same time, how far was I in that game, really? How many hours did we really sink in everybody's golf? We bought it like the week before Destiny 2 came out. Alrighty.
Much better game. Much better game.
Yeah, fuck yeah. Anything else you wanted to bring up? That was kind of it for the news. Kind of it for...
I'm good.
Oh, Brian going a little ASMR on the podcast. So as always, before we end, of course, follow us on Twitter, follow us on Instagram, follow us on Twitch, Bulldog Gaming on everything. Join the Bulldog Clan on Division. Go listen to Movie Mayhem.
We have a Discord now.
We do have a Discord.
I don't know if there's a custom link for it or not.
Yeah, I don't really know. I don't really understand Discord, to be honest with you.
Yeah.
I kind of just join it whenever I need to.
If you ever want to game with us and you like to use Discord, just message one of our social medias and we'll send you an invite link.
Yeah, we'll send you because I don't really know how else to do it.
I know there's a way to get your URL to just be like, oh, Discord whatever / Bulldog.gaming.
Yeah, we gotta look into that.
Don't take it. I don't know how to set it up.
Check out Landy Lodge. Check out Movie Mayhem. Check out Pick the Last Pod this week. Going to be doing an NFL draft episode if you like the old foosballs. And yeah, that's it for me. Let's go Islanders and
Let's go play some fucking GTA.
GTA, let's go!